What's up, everyone? I'm joined by Joe Curley, aka Specky. What are we doing today, Specky?
We are playing Cyberpunk Trading Card Game. We've got the Alpha Kit. Big thank you to the people over at Weirdco and CD Projekt Red who sent us a box each.
Yeah.
And this is your first time playing.
Absolutely. Just watch some tutorial videos on how to play.
You basically get 2 decks, you get 2 dice, sets of dice. But let's just crack on. Cyberpunk Trading Card Game is now the most supported trading card game Kickstarter of all time. It's got nearly 12 million euros already pledged. So a big shout out to the Cyberpunk Trading Card Game for their success and for sponsoring today's video. Peter and I, or FreshLobster, had so much fun. You're going to see us playing a best of 3. And we actually didn't know that this was going to be a sponsored video when we were playing. We were just playing for the fun of it. And we had a really great experience with this card game. And certainly going to be playing more in the future. So thanks again to Cyberpunk for sponsoring this video. You're going to go first.
Yep.
We did a die roll before we began. And how many cards do we start with?
6 cards.
And we have cut our decks. Now, what you might notice is we're each starting with 3 resources at the bottom here already. These are going to be our legend cards, which are kind of like our leaders. You get 3 legend cards in your deck, and they're actually going to start as mana, which in this game is called eddies. So the game has quite a lot of similar mechanics to Disney Lorcana, where you're putting a card into your eddy area each turn. But we'll get onto that as we go. Now, the mulligan, you either keep your hand or you get rid of it. So I'm looking for a lot of cards which are sellable, which has this tag, which means I can use them as eddies. And I'm also looking for some unit cards. And I have a nice mix, so I'm going to be keeping my hand.
Okay. I'm a bit low on eddy cards. Could be keepable, but I'll try to reshuffle this.
So the way the game is going to work is each turn we're going to roll a gig dice. And it's going to essentially be the first person to start their turn while being in control of 6 gig dice wins. But there is also an overtime rule, which we'll get into. So the game is going to be extremely fast paced. It's a very short trading card game, but you also get straight into the action because rather than starting turn 1 with 0 eddies and selling something to go up to 1 eddy, you're starting at 3 eddies. But actually the player going first is going to have a slight disadvantage, which is you're going to start with 2 of your eddies already spent.
Right, so we start, I go first, I draw a card, I roll a die. I just start with a low one.
And we're going to be updating this overlay as we go a little bit. It might be slightly delayed, but you've got 2 street cred now, Peter.
Awesome, now we look for what to do. We usually want to turn a card into an eddy, especially early on. I will turn Industrial Assembly into some Blink Chang. I will spend my 2 eddies to play my first unit, Ruthless Lowlife. Only 1 power, but when a rival steals 1 or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent, which means tapped basically, the value of those gigs becomes 1. Kind of a niche side effect.
Yep.
But yeah, I end my turn.
Okay, so I am going to be rolling a gig dice. I can actually choose which one I go for. The D20 has to be saved until last, but I'm going to go for the smaller D4 as well. I get 1, so I'm at now 1 street cred. I'm going to draw a card as well. Okay, so we've updated the overlay now. So I'm starting my first turn at 3 eddies. I have 1 gig dice, which I've already rolled 7 cards in hand. I am going to be looking to sell something. In this game, you have to sell before, basically once you attack, you can't do anything else in your turn. You go to like an attacking phase. So I do need to make sure I'm going to sell first. So I've got the option of Reboot Optics could be sold. I have a couple of those. I think this one's not the best. So I'm going to sell this. I now have 4 eddies available. What I could do is I could spend 2 to call in one of my legends, and I would flip one of my cards, one of these 3 at random. But instead, I'm just going to be nice and solid for 4. Delamain's Cab, which has 7 attack or 7 power, which seems pretty good and difficult to deal with. And I'm going to pass there. You do have Summoning Sickness in this game. So Delamain's Cab not able to attack this turn. Same with your Ruthless Lowlife, but next turn the attacks are going to be able to begin. I guess, Peter, you can start your turn off by drawing, rolling a dice, see what you get.
A4.
4.
All right, untap everything.
So you can see now Peter has, with his 2 dice, it's now at 6 street cred. So street cred is going to interact with the cards in your deck in some ways. Again, these are like alpha kits, like almost like starter decks, so there might not necessarily be loads of ways with interacting with street cred in this version of the game, but it's something that's very interesting. Now, your Ruthless Lowlife is able to attack this turn, Peter. You can't attack my Delamain's Cab, though. You can only attack spent units in this game, But what you can do is you can attack me directly. And if you were to attack me directly, if I don't block it in any way, there are blocker cards in this game, you will steal one of my gig dice, moving it to your side of the field. And that's going to be the back and forth. The more gig dice that you have, the higher your street cred. But importantly, if you start your turn with 6 gig dice, you will win the game. So right now it's 2-1. We're in the early stages of the game, of course, but stealing a gig dice is eventually how you're going to win.
Exactly. And yeah, since I did go first, I have the tempo advantage. I'll start my turn with the attack to your face. Can you interact with this?
I can't. I don't have any blockers. So you're going to steal the gig dice. I think we should move it to this side so we don't like
this?
I think if you leave those ones there,
right,
this one here, because then we don't want you stealing my dice after the game. I want to make sure I leave the match with all 6 of my dice still in my deck box.
Okay. And I do development afterwards. I will use a Mantis Blade, turn it into an Eddy.
Yep.
I have 5 available in total. Now I have some interesting options.
Actually, we have to be careful here because once you attack in this game, you cannot sell or anything else like that. Ooh. You actually have to do... So let's rewind a second.
Okay. Well, we go the other way around. I don't think it changes anything since you're tapped out anyway. Mm-hmm. But good to know. For 3, I play a Swordwise Hustler for sure. Get some units on the board. Now I have the choice to, with the remaining 2 eddies, either flip one of my legends or continue the board presence. I think since I'm outstatted, but I do want to swarm the board here, I have 2 options. Like I kind of want to play for tempo, try to overrun Joe here. I could either play one of my blocker cards to protect my units later on, or just another one of these. I think in this case, another Ruthless Lowlife makes a bit more sense.
Mm-hmm. And now once you've sold, you've played your cards, once you go to the attack phase, that's sort of locked in. You can't go back on it. Yep. I think the attack phase is the only thing. I think that's just a balance. I imagine you could sort of steal one of my gig dice that's of a big number and then play something which takes advantage of that. I think it's to balance that most likely.
That does make sense. Like in many other games, though, like development first and then combat phase. I will go for the attack here.
It's still going to go through?
The die, and I end my turn.
Okay, so it's going to pass back on over to me. We're going to get this overlay updated for you in just a second. I'm going to draw and roll a dice. Please be good. I get 2. Not the best, but I suppose it could be worse. Okay, so you can see the overlay is now updated with the amount of dice. I am at a measly 2 street cred. Peter at 7. But the important thing is also the amount of gig dice, right? You're at 3 gig dice, I'm just at 1. So I'm definitely behind in that sense. With my Delamain Cab, I could attack you directly. You don't have any blockers. And because this is spent, I could go for this. I think I might just be tempted to take some pure value. Of course, if I'm going to attack, I want to do that at the end of my turn. So I might want to sell some things first. I have something that costs 6 in hand, which is a little bit too expensive. I wouldn't be against getting a blocker down perhaps as well. The first thing to decide is what to sell, and I only have 2 options, and I think I'm going to be selling the Reboot Optics again. Second time I've sold this. So I'm now at 5 eddies. I don't have anything which costs 5 exactly. I could play a 3 and a 2. I think I'm going to go for that. I'm going to play T-Bug, the Amateur Philosopher. She has 5 power. And then alongside it, the Second-Hand Bombus, which is a blocker. It can't attack, but it will be able to block. And I've still got all 3 of my legends face down, as do you. Now, this has Summoning Sickness, so does this, but Delamain's Cab is ready to go. I could attack and steal back a gig dice. I'm going to take out your little dude over here, I think, instead. And
Ruthless Lowlife.
I will pass over to you, so you can ready everything up.
Okay, well, first of all, draw a card, roll a die. Actually, since I can choose, I go for a higher one here.
The D20 just has to be the last one, but you can choose the order of the rest.
It's a 7.
Go.
Okay, I ready up on everything, and I'm a bit conflicted on what I want to do here. Could turn something into an eddy, develop more units, but I think I want to build one big unit and try to play for the board a bit.
I think that is a pretty good strategy.
So let me see for a second. I will spend all 5 of my eddies.
That's rather terrifying.
Roll the Swordwise Hustler with a Sandevistan, which puts it to 8 power.
Sandevistan is the exoskeleton used in Edge Runners from the main character, David, and it is a beast.
Even I know that.
Slowing down time.
Yeah. And I also put a Satori Samurai Sword on it.
Okay.
This is another +1 power. If this unit wins a fight against a rival unit, draw a card. I am a bit starved on resources.
If this wins a fight against the rival unit, draw a card. Okay, damn.
Right, I am a bit starved on resources, so I want to get some draws and cycling in. Joe is tapped out of Eddies here, so I'm pretty sure the attack is going to go through. I'm going to target the Delamain Cap.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything about it?
So you have a total of
9 power.
9.
Versus your 7.
I think I have to respectfully block that with my Bombus.
Absolutely. But since I do win a combat against the unit, I draw a card. And
drawing cards is usually good.
Let's see. I could go for your gig die, but then my Ruthless Lowlife is also gonna be vulnerable. I will keep this. Actually, you know what? Might as well go for tempo. I just attack your face with it.
So you're gonna go to face. Yep. You take my gig dice.
Blockers left. I get your 2. Sorry. Yeah.
That's quite alright.
And your turn.
Okay. So we're gonna get this overlay updated for you, but I'm gonna first ready, draw, and roll a dice. I think I probably also go for a bigger one at this stage. We get, I guess that is it a 6 or is it a 9? I think it's a 9 personally, but you probably think it's a 6. We'll work it out.
I mean, there's 4 and 2 on the sides here. So.
Okay, overlay's updated. I am trailing, but I'm playing the long game. I went second. I'm always going to be a little bit behind. You've got 3 in hand. I've got 4. And we are getting onto those later stages of the game already. It is quite short. So you've currently got a 9 power unit. Delamain's Cab is chilling quite a bit further behind at 7. Unless I pay 2. 4. Dying Knight, V's Pistol, which is probably my favourite card. It is an equip. It's going to give +2, making Delamain's Cab a 9. But also attack. If I have... I didn't read it properly.
You don't have 7 street cred.
If I have 7 street cred, defeat a rival gear card that costs 2 or less. When a card laid is a card played. I think I have a way out of this though.
Too bad you only rolled 6, eh?
I think I might, yeah, it's a big deal. Think I might be fine. I am going to sell Kuroshi Optics. And for 4, we're going full tempo. I'm leaving my legends on the side for now, but I'm sure I'm going to make use of them soon with just 1 card left in hand. I go to the attack phase. So I'm going to start off. T-Bug is going to attack you directly.
You can take one of my gigs. I have no options.
Which, that is going to be, I mean, I could take the big one, but all I need is 7. So I might just be, no, I probably should just take the big one. I'm going to take the big one.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm going to update the overlay. Okay, so I'm now above 7 street cred, thanks to this T-Bug, which is now spent. So Delamain's Cab with the Dying Light V's Pistol. Attack if I have 7 street cred, defeat a rival gear that costs 2 or less. Now, I hope I'm right in thinking that...
Yeah, the Satori costs 2.
The Satori does cost 2 less, which is going to put you to 8. I'll be at 9. So I'm going to attack the Hustle. Hustle?
Yeah.
Not the Hustle.
Yeah.
Hustle.
I don't know how to remember.
I'm going to get rid of the Satori.
You're the English native speaker.
Yeah, not very well apparently. And I will take that out. Now, the way that combat resolves in this one is there's no damage counters. So that is just a clean swipe, which is a really big moment in this game, I think it's fair to say. So I will pass on over to you.
Right.
The numbers just about lined up for me there.
Okay. Now I will draw a card. I do regret that I haven't played this blocker last turn, but greeted the Satori for more cycling. I go for a lower value die here, and it's a 5. Okay, I ready up everything, and now I need to think of a way how to get out of this misery.
You are still ahead on the dice, right? You're at 5. I am currently only at 2, so you could even try to win, potentially.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got a lot to answer back. So the way to win is 6 gig dice, but it has to be at the start of your turn. So even if Lobster here is able to get 6, there's a good chance with this board state I'll be able to get my way back into it still.
First of all, I will turn Corporate Surveillance into an Eddy, and now I need to think if I want to flip up my legends and hope for a miracle here, or if... Wait, let me think for a second. So you can take up to 3 die next turn. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to just send it for tempo and hope I can do something nice in the next 1 or 2 turns. I'd spend play Goro Takamura, 5 power, +1 power during my turn for each face-up legend, which is currently none. I play Corpus Security, which I kind of needed last round, but still, it is a blocker that can't attack, might come in handy later. And yeah, I guess I will send the low life into your face, into your gig die.
So you can take your pick over which gig you steal.
I just go for the higher value one.
So you are now at check, essentially, right? Like if I don't do some gig stealing on my side, you're going to win the game. So I'm going to have to stop you.
Maybe you'll brain fart.
Yeah.
I end my turn and you can go.
Okay, so I'm going to ready everything up. We'll get this overlay updated for you once I have drawn. I will roll a dice. Whoops. 4. Hopefully I didn't knock yours over.
Oh, good.
Okay, so I've drawn my card. We've still got all of our legends yet to be revealed. 2, 4, 6 resources. I don't have a ton of cards available in hand either. Nothing in my hand is actually sellable either. So the decision here is, do I call in a legend? I can only call in 1 legend per turn. That would cost me 2. If I call in a legend and play this, I'm going to be left with resources. So I think I'm just going to spend all 6 on Jackie Wells. This unit has +2 power for each of your friendly gigs, which is currently 2. So he's currently a 8, which seems pretty good, I have to say. I have a lot of big guys.
You have 2 gigs.
Oh, he has +2 power for each.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, he is really good. So another little rule worth noting is that units steal an extra gig for every 10 power. So Jackie Wells being 10 means if he was to attack you directly, I would get 2 gigs, but he is...
still dizzy.
Yeah, he's still dizzy. So I need to steal a dice back, and you have a blocker. So I need to be extremely careful. I think I will start things off by going T-Bug directly at your face. To
You can steal a die, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to pick the biggest number. Big number good, I think. Let's take my dice back. This is 7. I think I will go again at your face.
I'll let that go through.
Okay, so I'm going to steal big number good. Now, the next decision is, do I get rid of your Ruthless Lowlife? Or...
Oh, actually, the gigs go
down they go to 1
value. Yeah.
Okay.
About that.
Rip. I forgot about that too. So it was this one as well. We'll get that overlay updated for you just at the end of the turn. So the Ruthless Lowlife is messing with my gigs. I think I will go for the Ruthless Lowlife, which maybe means my sequencing wasn't so good, but you might decide to block now.
Yeah, I need to think for a second. Do I want to keep a unit that can potentially steal gigs, or do I rather want to keep the blocker to block a more valuable attack? I'll spend it now.
Yep.
I think my only way to win this is through tempo. I lost control of the board completely.
Yeah, I think my sequencing was a little bit off here as well, but the Ruthless Lowlife actually got quite a lot of value with... I think like maybe with these decks, the street cred isn't as impactful as I would expect it to be in the main game.
Maybe.
So I will pass my turn there.
Okay.
You can...
Draw a card. Heart of the cards.
1, 2, 3. I have 4 gigs, so do you.
Yeah. I roll my second to last die, and it's a 6.
Okay.
Okay, I ready everything up. I might need a bit of a miracle here.
I've got 1 in hand.
I've got 2 in hand, but I will start my turn by finally revealing one of the legends. Goro Takemura. This is a special one. It can go solo, which means if I spend the cost of 5, I can deploy it as a unit. And go solo cards are able to attack the turn that they are played.
Yeah, really cool. Now, worth noting as well that you might even want to consider just changing what resources you spend, like to call in the legend, because you can spend the legend itself and then call it. I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's just something if you do want to change it.
That is correct. I'm pretty sure I would rather do it this way. I'll flip this one because it always enters ready once we play it. So if I do want to play him this turn, let me think about this for a second. You don't have any blockers and you don't have any eddies. So I could steal up to 3 die from you.
It's quite terrifying.
Yeah, I'd go up to 8, but then you can attack me with 4 units.
Yeah, the other thing that's really strong about the go solo abilities, because we both have one, I have a V that can attack and enter the board, it's that you can go to face directly and steal a gig. So that could be like a really good win condition for you.
Yeah.
Quite a terrifying one.
Well, there are a lot of ways to do this, but I do think I need to... Let's think about this for a second. Yeah, I think I just give it my shot. A Hail Mary, Industrial Assembly goes into the Eddy pool. We tap out of Eddies, we play a Goro, ready for combat. Now let's see. This one is still at 5, right? This is not in my Legends area anymore, I believe.
What's that, sorry?
This guy is still at 5 power, right?
This unit has +1 power for each. Yeah, I guess it's not in your Legends area anymore, so it's a 5 now.
I don't think it matters much anyway, so pretty sure Ruthless Lowlife goes face. Do you have any defense?
I have absolutely nothing.
Okay, I steal this one. I guess Goro goes face as well. I go up to 7 gigs.
Yep.
No, if I go up to 8 gigs, you have 4 attackers, I can only block 1. It doesn't really make sense. I'm not going to close out the game. And I think I'm just going to trade out the T-Bug here.
Okay.
And I will be content with my 7 gigs, and I'll let you do some
So you
decision making.
So you've gone for the dice trade. Why did you decide to trade with the last one out of interest?
Because I could go up to 8 gigs, but you can threaten to steal 4 back, right? I can block 1 of them. I would only be left at 5, and I would completely lose board control.
Yeah.
I don't think I can ever come back from this.
And it's worth noting you can't block with a spent unit already. Did you know that?
That's
I think.
Okay. Well, then you could have stolen 4 back even. Yeah, I guess my only shot here is drawing some good cards and going for a bit of board control.
Yep. So I am gonna draw and roll my penultimate dice. I get a 7. We'll get this overlay updated for you just now. Okay, so I've got 6 eddies. I've got 2 cards in hand, and they're not doing an awful lot. So it's time for me also to call in my legend. You do pick this at random, which one you summon. So, I mean, probably how you would do this in a professional match is you would roll a dice to decide, but I'm just going to let you pick for me.
The middle.
So I get Jackie Wells. This costs 2, so I'm going to tap Jackie as part of that. Jackie is the first time you play a blue unit or blue gear each turn, you may increase a friendly gig by 2. Then if it's at max value, draw a card. I do like to draw cards. Do I have any blues? No. No, I do not. So that's not all that much use. But I do have a Bombus. You can only call in 1 legend per turn, by the way. So don't have the option of calling in a second.
Really?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I believe you can only call in 1 per turn. But I can now go to the attack phase. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. If you start the turn with 6, I will lose. So I have to attack you directly twice. The other thing I have to consider is, do I want to get rid of this ruthless lowlife who is turning the gigs I steal into 1? I'm not sure that I'm that bothered about street cred at this point, so I think I might just ignore him and try and get rid of your higher value units instead. Also, Jackie Wells has +2 power for each, so he's actually going to steal 2 gig dice. True. So I think I want to attack directly with him. I think I want to get rid of your blocker, so let's go Delamain Cab onto Takamura.
Can't do anything.
9 beats 7. Then I'm going to go Delamain Cab onto Goro Takamura. Hopefully I didn't fluff my lines totally here. And then because Jackie Wells has more than 10 power, I attack you directly and steal 2 gig dice.
Yes, I can't do anything about it.
So I'm going to steal this, the 6.
The value goes to 1.
Oh yeah, it goes to 1, that's very true. And then I'll steal this, and the value goes to 1 as well. And I'll pass to you.
Okay, draw.
So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm not threatening to win just yet.
Roll a die.
That's the D20.
9.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I did draw a card. I rolled the dice. I ready everything, and yeah, don't have any card to turn into eddies. So can't play them both, which means I will have to call upon a legend to save me. I get Yorinobu Arasaka. The first time a friendly Arasaka unit attacks each turn, draw a card. Then if you have less than 20 street cred, how much do I have actually?
You have 26.
Perfect. Discard a card from your hand to your trash. Okay. So for the remaining 4, I'll play another Goro Takamura. He can't attack yet though. So my choice here is, I know you have 2 blockers. The attack would be suicide, but I could use this attack to cycle the Ruthless Lowlife and draw a card. I think that's what I'm going to do because it doesn't really do anything.
Is it an Arasaka unit? Does it get any extra attack?
Arasaka attack. I mean, it doesn't get extra. It's
Right,
like,
it's
I
the
think
other
that would be the
legend,
last
isn't it?
legend.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, good point actually. I could. That is a good point. Then the low life would at least trade, but I do miss out on a draw. I think drawing is going to be more important here, so I will attack your gigs. Do you do anything about it?
I will block with the bombers.
No, but
which I guess it stays put as well. It won't be able to be blocking again, but
draw a card, and I end my turn with 6 dice in my gig zone.
okay. So we're almost at that point where we're almost at overtime, but we're not quite there yet. Overtime is going to begin. Not basically the. So let me roll my dice first. So we've now both rolled all of our dice. I hit a 3. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't start overtime yet as I draw. Overtime is not going to start on your next turn. It's going to start on my next turn. So basically the player who goes second on their first turn after they've rolled all their dice is when overtime begins. And what overtime changes is if you hit just 6 dice at all in overtime, you win.
Yeah. Well, it technically happens at the end of your turn or start
At the end
of
of
my
your
turn.
turn, yeah.
But yeah, basically both of us get one final turn after all the dice are rolled, and after that.
And I think I am about to do something very mean because I feel like I drew about perfectly this whole game. I suppose first I will pay 2 to call a legend.
Yeah.
And it's V. 1, 2, 3. So I've spent 2 already. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can't quite play her.
I could sell and call her in, but I'm just going to go 3 for floor it. Oh. A card laid is a card played. I didn't read the card when I played it. It's not very good. Return a spent unit with cost 4 or less to its owner's hand. That does nothing.
Okay.
That's why you have to read the card. We don't do take backs here. A card laid is a card played.
But you did activate Jackie Wells. I don't know if it matters.
Oh yeah. The first time you play a blue unit. That's true. I can increase a friendly gig by 2.
A unit or program, right? Or card? Or?
A blue unit or blue gear. Not a blue program.
Okay. Well, then
Rats.
it doesn't matter.
But thank
Otherwise,
you.
you could have drawn a card, but not quite.
And then I'm going to... These can't attack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just attack with Jackie.
Yeah, he hits for like a gazillion.
Deal
right?
2. Attack with Delamain. Take 1. Attack with Delamain. Take another. Pass. I'm not going to update the overlay, but...
The miracle comeback is about to happen. Don't you even worry about it. I have no more dice to roll.
Yep. You've got 2. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is not going to
cut it. I will, just for the fun of it, reveal my last legend, which is Saburo Arasaka. My Arasaka units have +1 power when attacking. That is not going to cut it. I give up.
Good game.
Good game.
Right, game number 2. Are you going to go first or second?
I am going first.
Okay, so for game 2, we're going to skip the overlay just because it's just us two. We want to see, with no edits, how long does a game of Cyberpunk Trading Card Game last? Let's go.
Okay.
So first decision is, do you mulligan? I am a little bit, and by a little bit, extremely low on sellable cards, but I also really like one of the cards I have in my hand, and I have quite a few of them. So I have it's a bit of a gamble. I'm going to draw a couple of cards. I think I might keep. It's a risky keep. I might run into some lack of eddies. I might be a bit poor.
I'm in the same position, but I will keep my hand. Just believe in the heart of the cards. Go for a bit of a gamble. 2 eddies tapped. All right, let's
roll. So player going first, run both starts with those 2 eddy taps. Don't forget to roll the dice, which I always forget to do when I've played.
Actually, I start with a high one.
Yep. So D12 is the biggest one you can go for.
11.
You get 11.
Okay, I will go Industrial Assembly, turn it into an eddy for 2. I will... You know what? Let's go the interesting route. I will reveal a legend early this time. Yorinobu Arasaka, and I end my turn.
So what's Yorinobu doing?
That's the guy who says if a friendly Arasaka unit attacks, I draw 1.
Yep.
I discard unless I have 20 plus street cred.
He says he's not going to do it, but look at that. It's a great overlay. I got that in quite quickly. Yeah. So I am going to do this. I hit a 7 as well. I've already drawn. Did I find a sellable card? Yes, but let me just shuffle my hand first, so you don't know if I did or not. Love a good hand shuffle. I'm going to sell Floor It, and I'm going to play the best card in the Cyberpunk Trading Card Game.
Show it.
Any prediction?
Evelyn.
The Delamain
no,
card.
not again. Already slaughtered me last game. Okay, you end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good, honest 7 power cab.
Draw, roll.
Drive you around wherever you need to go.
Honestly, I continue with the high rolling. Let's see, it's an 8. And yeah, I will turn corporate surveillance into an eddy.
Yep.
No, let's see. Couple of ways to go here. Because I kind of want to make use of this guy.
Yep.
I will for sure play Swordwise Hustle for 2. Now I just need to think if I want to use this card right here or flip up another legend.
So yeah, you've just got a 5 powered guy there.
I will play for the board here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I messed up the eddies. So like this, and for 2 more, I will play Corpo Security, a potential blocker that cannot attack. I end my turn.
Okie doke. So I'm gonna ready my eddies. Ready the eddies. I'm gonna roll the dice, the gig dice. I get a 10, 17 street cred. You're at 19, so I'm slightly behind in terms of street cred. Likely going to want to sell to begin my turn. I am looking a little bit low on cash, but there's another Florit, which is honestly a card I'd rather not sell. I think it's a really high impact card. I have an interesting decision of I could go wide or I could go big. Could of course call in a legend as well. I kind of want to call in a legend as well, but I think my gut feeling is if you call in like some legends, it gives you like a big tempo loss. Like I didn't hit Victor in the last game, who I think is the best. So it's interesting if I go for the tempo. I think I want to develop the board. So I'm going to go wide. I'm going to go second-hand Bombus, the blocker. I'm going to go for T-Bug as well. Delamain Cab, I think, is probably safe to attack you and try and steal a gig. But you could block.
So because I have Yorinobu Arasaka here,
I should have read the card.
I kind of want to protect my street cred.
Right.
No, I still sacrifice the blocker, but just to keep my
your street cred nice and healthy.
To keep my gig die high.
So I am going to pass. Also note that when I'm selling a card, I like to keep it face up until the end of my turn. This is so you don't accidentally sell 2 cards in a single turn, which is something I have been known for in another card game, but it's a lesson I've had to learn.
Joe Curley special, the Lorcana mechanics.
The double ink.
Yeah, the double ink. All right, I start my turn with a card draw.
Yeah.
I roll a die. I keep the theme going with high value die. I roll a 4, so I'm at 23, I think. And this opens up some interesting plays. How do we do this? I will turn Industrial Assembly into an eddy, and for 6, I play my ultimate.
I don't like the look of this.
Whoopsie. Too much enthusiasm. Armored Minotaur.
No!
If you have 12 plus street cred, defeat a rival unit with 5 power or less. Now, I still need to think if it's better to get rid of the blocker here.
The Armored Minotaur is so good that when I played against our friend Ryan, who is working at CD Projekt Red as the German community manager, I actually took this card out of his deck because it was cooking me so much.
I will get rid of the T-Bug here.
Yeah,
so
poor T-Bug. What did she do to deserve such a thing?
And since I do have the Yorinobu here online, I want to attack your face with the Swordwise Hustle.
Okay, interesting decision. So I'm going to have to double check the Yorinobu.
Yeah, I will draw a card. You can't really stop it.
First time a friendly Arasaka unit attacks each turn, draw a card. If you have less than 23, could discard 1. And you have more.
23.
Is this Arasaka? It is.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check. You never know. He could be up to some shenanigans. I have a feeling I'm not supposed to block here. I think I'm going to let that one go through so you can steal a dice.
Okay. I will keep going for high value here. I have a gazillion street cred and I end my turn.
I think that was the right dice. If the overlay's a little bit wrong, my apologies, but we're doing no edits. We're trying to see how quick the game is. I'm going to draw.
I mean, I suppose we're still talking through a lot, so we're not speed running, but
that's one thing you've definitely got to be careful of, is not rolling into your gig dice, which I've managed to do twice now. So I've got 5 eddies. I have officially hit the point where I have nothing in my hand to sell, which is a risk I took with this line. might come back to bite me. Well, what I could do is I could try and find perhaps a way to draw. Maybe I was supposed to go for the roller dice as well for my Jackie synergy. I could call in a legend. That would be one approach. You know, I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to call in a legend. Would you like to pick which one? So I'm going to spend this and spend this. Jackie it is. The first time you play a blue unit or blue gear, each turn you may increase a friendly kick by 2. If it's at max value, then draw a card. So this is why I probably should have considered going for the lower dice with my deck. Now, what's the max number on this? Please say is it 8?
This is the 8.
Yes. Huge. So if I have a blue that costs 3 or less, T-Bug's costing me 3, but Evelyn Parker, bam, for 2. When a rival steals 1 or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent, draw a card, but it's blue. So I'm going to increase this to 8. You can increase it by a maximum of 2. If it's at max, I draw a card. Jackie boy. Oh, okay. And a very interesting card has been found because I suddenly am able to sell, or I could use it to equip. Of course, once I start attacking, there's no going back. So the decision is, do I want to sell? Do I want to hold on to it for now? I think my mind tells me to sell. I can't call in another legend this turn, it's once per turn. But I will then go to the attacking phase. Wasting 2 eddies doesn't feel great. And I am going to attack your hustle, get rid of that, and pass. And I've got my second-hand bombers at the ready to do some blocking.
Okay. I draw a card. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Interesting draw. Allows for some playmaking. I still need to roll a die. I keep going with the high value ones. I get another 3. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the way I want to do this is
I am not very good with the overlay, so I'm going to hide the dice, guys, because it's probably more confusing than it's worth. It's a great overlay, though, but it's something I'm not quite got to grips with.
Okay, corporate surveillance. This is from last turn. Corporate surveillance goes into the Addy pile. I have 7 available, and I will put on the heat here. I'll spend all 7 to play Emergency Atlas alongside a Sandalistan.
So essentially giving your characters a rush.
Exactly. This can only attack spent units, so I will send... You still have 2 power left?
I do.
Okay.
I have so much I can do with my hand. I don't know if there's anything you can do in your opponent's turn.
I will send my temp... I guess programs can probably be played. And maybe legends can be flipped.
Okay, you can. I've actually just had it confirmed from the community manager, Cree, big shout out to Kauta, that you can actually flip legends in your opponent's turn. It's the only thing you can do in your opponent's turn. I didn't know that until
But you can flip a second legend. Like, you flip one in your turn and now you can flip one.
I think I can.
Okay.
It's the only thing you can do.
Apart from that, it's still one legend.
Yeah, once per turn, on your turn or your opponent's turn.
Okay, that makes
one of the
sense.
only things you can... One of the only things, not the only.
Okay, then it makes a lot of sense to keep like...
Two open.
Yeah.
That's very important to know.
I will attack into the cap.
You've activated my trap card.
Go for it.
I'm going to flip my legend. And it's V. Go solo.
She's
not going to do anything, but never mind. So my Delamain's cab has been cooked.
Okay.
I could block, but I don't think I will. Because you have another guy ready to attack anyway.
So, yeah. Now, if I do attack your Evelyn, I think... Does she need to be spent? Rival steals 1 or more.
Yeah, when a rival steals 1 or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent.
Okay, then it's for sure an attack, because I also draw from your Noble.
Yep.
I have more than 20 3 credit, I don't need to discard. And do you want to block, or do you let me steal a die?
Well, it's actually... Is this giving it +1 attack? It's not, fortunately, because if it was the guy that was giving it +1, that would be a 10. So I think I'm going to let you take my dice, mate.
So I am at 6
dice.
You are going to need to be careful here.
It's not looking good, is it?
Yeah, it's a tempo run this time. Okay, I end my turn.
Okay. So I'm going to ready everything. I've got my 2 legends. I'm going to draw, roll a big dice, not the D20 though, of course. I hit a 6. I'm up to 8 street cred. The V seems like my best bet, but the problem for me is I just can't overcome your units in any way, shape, or form. I think it's just game over. I guess one thing I can do, I can try my luck with Victor. Maybe Victor could get me out of this. So I am going to spend 2, reveal Victor. I knew it's Victor. He's my last left. Flip. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 2 gear that costs 2 or less. Reveal them and add them to hand. So this is my favorite one, I think. 1, 2. So far no gear. 3. So far no gear. 4. 5. Hooray! I hit Dynamite. These go to the bottom, I think. Place the bottom in random order. I should technically shuffle that.
Doesn't matter. We're not going to get that far.
You never know. It's not over yet. It's not over until the fat lady sings. The only thing I could do is I could like delay it by a turn by summoning in V. So I will sell the Reboot Optics. I will pay 5 for Go Solo V. Evelyn Parker. Oh, I guess I didn't necessarily have to do it this way. Oh well, Evelyn Parker will attack your gig dice.
Feel free to take one.
I'm going to take the 11 back. Thank you very much. And then I suppose with V, I will take another. Pass.
Okay. Draw. Ready up. Roll my almost last die. It's a 2. I am still above 20. All my effects are active. So, again, multiple ways to do this. I want to... Let's first reveal a legend.
Yep.
Just take the upper one. It is Saburo Arasaka. My Arasaka units have +1 power when attacking.
Yep. So that Minotaur suddenly is a 10, which means it would steal 2 dice.
And I have 2 10-power units. That is pretty darn good. For the remaining... First, I'll turn the Satori into Eddies. I just go full tempo here. I have 6 left. I will play Goro, who can't attack, and Corpo Security, which can be a useful blocker next turn. And...
I've been absolutely
I mean, you're
cooked.
going to draw with Evelyn, but I'm pretty sure... Let's see. 2 attackers, I have 1 blocker. Yeah, I am just going to send it into your face.
Yep.
Do you want to block?
I do not. You steal 2.
Into, yeah, true. Let's do that first. 8 and 11. And
this one I'll block, just for good measure.
Okay, sure. And into your face, I draw a card. Don't have to discard it. And
you're drawing the card from one of your legends, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So your legends are putting in a lot of work for you here. Like you've managed to have tempo whilst they're getting your legends out, whereas I sort of did the opposite, right? I flipped my legends and lost tempo in a way.
Exactly, yeah. The early street cred play was very valuable. Like rolling high and then sacrificing the blocker to stay above 20. Also enabled the Minotaur effect. So street cred in some cases can be
definitely
useful. Okay.
I think also like this was added sort of specifically into these decks to make sure that was some street cred interaction or like some big street cred payoff in the starter decks. Right, last dice I'm allowed to roll, it's a 4, which is max. I'll draw. How many dice have you got?
I have 7, so you need to get rid of 2 of mine if you
How
want to stay
hard
in this game.
can it be? Probably quite hard, actually. Jackie is the only thing I have left that's doing anything of much. Sandevistan is a 3 cost. I can't do anything, unfortunately. I got nothing left. Was I supposed to draw for Evelyn? I was, right?
Yeah.
So
actually,
can I just draw now if that's okay?
Go for it.
Obviously, the ordering.
And if you do have a blue card, you can draw with Jackie as well.
Yeah, so I think that's probably how I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to go... I'm going to go here.
It's pretty useful.
Which is a gear. I move the 6 up to a 6.
You draw.
I think I'm allowed to do, and I draw. Okay. So I spent 2 on that. I'm going to spend another 2 on another one. I've got 2 left. Unfortunately, I can't sell anything. So, and it's only the first time, so I don't trigger it again. I will attack you directly.
I have to block the 10-power attacker, otherwise I would steal 2 dice.
And then I will attack you directly again.
It goes through. You can take 1. I still have 6 left.
So that's GG.
Yeah.
Game 3.
Turn, and let's go for a quick game 3.
Let's do it. All right, we start with 6 each. I'm going to go first. Get to do the mulligan, of course, first. Looking for a nice amount of Eddie sellable cards, but also looking for some units. This hand, I'm kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. I've got a lot of sellable cards, but I'm not really sure that there's many good units. I'm going to risk it all and take a mulligan. Not sure how you're feeling. My hand here, lots of Eddies. I don't have any Delamain's cabs though, and that's my my centerpiece. Also, I have to remember that I'm going to be starting like this.
Exactly. I like my early curve. I'm going to be starting with all of my Eddies ready. I'm going to keep this hand.
So yeah, the mulligan is like a one and done. Shuffle everything back. Of course, offer my opponent a cut.
Okay.
Draw 6, and I will draw 1 for turn before I even look at my cards because I'm a baller. I'm going to roll. I have 2 street cred. But I start with 2 of my Eddies tapped. Do I have a 2-drop? Do I have a 2-drop? Do I have a 2-drop? No. But I can call in a legend. So I think I will sell the Reboot Optics. You can pick which one gets flipped over, my friend, for 2. It's going to be V. Your go.
Okay, so all of this is ready. I draw a card. I will... Yeah, this time let's start with some medium die, who cares? It's a 4, okay. The corporate surveillance get put into the Eddie pile, and for 4 I will play the infamous Emergency Atlas.
That's like a Delamain's cab almost.
Almost, just corpo version.
So over to me.
Yeah.
I will draw a card. Gonna roll a dice. Hit a 2, I'm up to 4 street cred. I'm tired of you, but I've got 1 gig more. So I can sell and go up to 5 this turn, which seems reasonable. I don't exactly have a clean way of spending 5 unless, do I do the unthinkable and go solo?
Your call.
The concern about going solo at this stage is that I'm kind of leaving myself vulnerable to your Emergency Atlas if you give yourself like an extra little bit of something. So I think I'm going to decline that, instead play my favorite card, the Delamain Cab.
The other thing to consider would be that you de-ramp if you put V
into
the field.
That's a really good point. Yeah, so V, probably the thing that the legend you least want to see on your first flip, I would guess. Yeah, the de-ramp is actually a really good point.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I will sell Kiroshi Optics, which is +1 and pass.
Okay.
Yeah, the D-ramp is a big factor there.
Draw.
I think it definitely would have been a bad decision. Don't forget to roll.
Yeah.
Which I often do.
I'm already kind of contemplating what to do, but...
Up to 8 street cred.
Could go for a full send, full tempo version here. What was that? Like the Dying Knight thing, it destroys an equipment with up to 3 cost.
Yeah, if only I had it in my hand, I would be able to read it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it's 2 cost or less if I have 7 street cred from memory.
So let's see, we could go full tempo. Honestly, fuck it, send it. Satori goes into the pile. We spend all 5, play a bloqueur, send Devistan, attack you for 10.
Yep, so yours. Oh!
I don't know if this is good or not, but
the 10 power
we shall
double
see.
die gig steal.
And it's
This guy. I can't believe I invited this guy to embarrass me. I think every card game we play, I usually get cooked by you.
I mean, I don't know. It's pretty even this round.
I'm going to roll. Is this a 6 or is it a 9? I think it's a 6.
Thing with this game is like you can't really end the game in the first 3 turns, right? Because not enough dice are out yet.
Yeah. The blocker is a pain.
Yeah, that's exactly why I put it there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Salmon Devistan is a very nice threshold for you as well. I am severely lacking blockers right now. So I could flip a legend. It's going to be Victor or Jackie. Jackie would help me draw quite easily. Victor would also potentially draw something for me. The blocker is the great enemy as it stands. I think I might have to play this a little bit slower than I would like and sell a Reboot Optics, Jackie Wells for 6, all 6, and then I have a really tough decision. And I'm very regrettably considering passing. That can't be right though, can it? I am up against the cloche right now. This Sandevistan is putting in so much work. I think I will attack you directly.
Okay, take one.
But the problem is now my Delamain cab is very, very weak. Your go.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable. No blocker in sight.
Well, the other thing is I can also just take both die back.
Yeah,
so
that's why I kind of made the decision I probably just have to attack. Doing nothing is just not making you make any sort of decision, right? At least here, if you take out my Delamain cab, you miss out on 2 gig dice.
9, so we go up to like 17.
Currently my Jackie is a 10 as well. He's getting +2 power for each friendly gig.
I'll start with flipping a legend. Goro, okay. Does that change anything? I cannot play him this turn. He would cost 5 more. So I guess we just keep on sending it with tempo. Corporate surveillance goes into the Eddy pile. Another emergency atlas. And now I have the tough decision of to trade or to go face. Of course, if I go face, your Jackie stays at 8 power. You just get 1 die next turn.
Mm-hmm.
I keep playing for tempo. I hit your face with this. Steal both of these.
Yep.
0 street cred.
Yeah, that's not much cred, mate. That's not much cred. It's honestly kind of accurate to IRL, I feel. So I got 6 eddies. Ready? I'm going to draw. I can't roll the D20. D12 is the next best thing. 10!
Not bad. That helps with cards like Dying Knight if you find it.
Still got my V chilling. Yeah, that's really good important. The Dying Knight, you do need a certain threshold of 7 street cred, but it is not helping me deal with that Sandevistan, and that blocker continues to be a pain. It really does. Jackie's currently in 8. If I could steal a gig, I could get him up to a 10. I really want to get rid of this emergency atlas. But also right now, you are at check. You have 6 gig dice. If I do not steal back at least 1 this turn, I will lose the game. And with the blocker there, I kind of have to attack directly unless I also put my V down on the board who can attack this turn. It is a tricky situation to be in. I feel like I could still win from here if I'm careful, especially because he's showing me his hand, guys. I know exactly what's in his hand.
True.
Spot the digital card game. Although you played a lot of poker in your time, right?
Yeah, well, I can't really lie about the cards in my hand. But I'll be honest. Like, well, for the viewership experience,
exactly.
It's fine. Sacrificing some information.
I'm not sure the information helps me all that much either. So my gut feeling is I probably have to get V down this turn, which I don't particularly want to do. Costs 5. I can sell, and I would have 2 more. The problem is I have to do the attack last, so I really have to plan out my turn to begin with, which is actually putting me in a really difficult situation. I really don't want to play this, to be honest. I want to try and play it next turn. So maybe that's the route I have to go for. I have to be a little bit greedy. I think playing this is probably losing me the game. I don't see a world. I'm sort of trying to picture a world where playing this now helps me win, and I don't think it does. So I think instead I'm going to go for the more greedy routes to delay the V an extra turn. Get it probably through next turn. I'm going to go for 5. The Flathead, which is a legendary device from the Cyberpunk game in some of the early missions. If I have 7 or more street credit, it can't be blocked. So that's going to be pretty useful, I hope. I am going to sell Hiroshi Optics. And I will equip Dying Light onto my Jackie. So he's now at 10 currently. I will start things off into my attack phase. With Delamain's Cab, attack you directly.
You shall have a die.
A gig. Fantastic. So now what's really interesting, you have to like, basically, I know that Peter here is not going to want to block this one. He's going to want to block the Jackie. So now the big question is, do I actually even attack with Jackie? Because I have the option of not attacking with Jackie now. I've got the check away. Obviously, attacking with my Jackie leaves it quite vulnerable, especially if Peter decides to steal dice and then deal with Jackie. So there is like a world I could consider just taking the pass now, but is that going to lose me too much tempo? I can only lose a maximum of 2 dice next turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'd be at 8 though. Probably it would lose me too much tempo. I'm going to send the Jackie. I'm going to go at the Atlas. Offer a trade. You don't want to trade?
No, come on. Okay.
I'll pass. I don't like my position, I've got to say.
Let's start with drawing.
And rolling the dice as well.
5. Okay.
Don't forget to ready your eddies.
Yep, and this guy. It's a bit of a tough decision. Do I want to send in Goro for some tempo plays? You don't have the resources to stop any of my moves, so...
Yeah, no blockers here.
Honestly, I think the smart thing to do is to go for a bit of kind of control.
Yeah, I think with me going for this Jackie attack, like, it kind of just opens me up to you stealing a dice and then making a favorable trade, maybe.
It's just if I want to play the long game. Like, if I do go for the tempo swing, I also open myself up to good trades on your side, but I think... How else could we go if I send this to your face? Let's see. Might be at 8.
Yeah, my last turn was very interesting where I liked the ordering and then consider if I ever don't want to attack with Jackie. My concern was I just felt like I'm too far behind, but that's actually Peter like using his early advantage and his early tempo, stealing those extra dice, sort of forced me into making an attack I didn't feel great doing. It might not have been the correct play still, like maybe there's a world I could have done nothing with Jackie. I just feel like I'm too far behind at this stage to do nothing.
The other thing I could do that's very interesting is just play this guy as a blocker and just go for...
Yeah.
Let's think about this. If I go up to 8 die, I trade this off, you play V. Wait, this can't be blocked, right? So the question is whether or not you have buffs for the V to steal 2 die.
And I would still need 7 street cred or more for that to work, which is not guaranteed. I'm currently at 19, but if you steal both, I'll be at 0, and I'll be rolling a D8.
That's a good point. I think it's just fun. I just go for the risky gambit line here. So I tap this guy and
the D ramp.
More. I go for this brother here. Okay. I guess let's try it.
Don't forget, once you attack, that's your whole turn done.
Attacking phase.
So you didn't want to like sell anything and flip a legend, because that's the other thing you could do.
I mean, I only have 1 left, and I don't have anything to sell.
Okay.
So I guess I take both?
Yep, you certainly do, regrettably. That's just a full trade, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
you don't want to steal another die?
Which die? I would love to, but...
You're suffering from success a bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so far behind that
but
there's
now
nothing to steal.
A bit of heart of the cards. Like, Victor can really save you.
And so you've gone for the Goru as a blocker instead,
exactly.
Which is really interesting.
Well, the reason is if he attacks, he's only worth 1 die. If he blocks, he can be worth 2 dice.
The roll.
Okay.
I hit the 7, which means this can't be blocked.
Yeah.
That could be big.
It was a D10, right?
I might have been a D10. I might have given you some fake
Goddamn
news.
high roller.
I think I said it was a D8. So
No, it looked like a D10.
I'm not. Yeah, I think you're more used to the different dice. So I've got Jackie currently then with 1 gig dice. He is an 8, but plus the Dying Light, he is a 10. And also, I do have that 7 striker, but that Sandevastan is out of my reach. So, I think I might be okay here. I think I might be okay. How much do I need to steal? Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to steal 3 dice. I might not be okay. I might be cooked. Yeah, I think I'm cooked. Am I? No.
I mean, I know a line for you. Should I give you a hint?
I mean, it's going to involve this. I think I need no hints, right? It's going to have to involve this. That would be 5, and then I'd have 2 left. So I have 2 interesting plays. I either go for the Floret play, or I go for the Dying Night play.
Wait, but Florets? I don't think it's... What does the card say?
Return a spent unit with cost 4 or less to its owner's hand.
Right.
Discard program...
I mean, this is irrelevant, right?
Sandevastan goes up. It is for now.
There's another. You have an out. You have an out. Think. Think, rookie.
Think, bro. That's so helpful. Thank you, man.
Okay, what's the other thing? Like,
I mean, it's going to be this plus this, right?
Oh, there you go. Oh, you already have one in hand.
Yeah. Ah, so yours... I already have one in hand. Is there like some way I could... I don't think you can like unequip and reattach, right? But it has to be. My V comes in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Go solo. She can attack direct. Now I can either sell the Dying Knight and play the Floret. Most likely though, I need the Dying Knight here to steal back 2 with 10, right? So I equip here. I now have 2 with 10. The flathead can't be blocked. Does that matter? I don't know. I will go first and foremost with big bad boy Jackie Wells and attack you directly.
So that's going to be 2 die. Feel free to take them.
Yep, 2 die. Floop! Steal those 2. And then V's going to do the same.
Okay, let me think for a second. So
wait, is she? I'm sorry. I'm actually going to change my play. I'm going to attack with the flathead. Can't be blocked.
Go for it.
I steal 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suddenly, I don't actually need to attack with my V. Pass. Ah!
Pass, okay.
I'm going to take a risky pass.
It's
a vibe pass. It might not be correct, but it feels...
cook up.
Feels right.
Okay.
It's a tense one. Also, look at the beautiful old art. I would love to say the winner is playing for this, but...
It's not real. Okay, I need to think about this for a second.
I think I need to keep this regardless of if I win or lose. What a beautiful card.
Okay,
So guys, you can, if you're interested in Cyberpunk TCG, you can go support the game on Kickstarter. And you can also get your hands on like a Nova Rare, I believe is the rarity of Lucy from the Cyberpunk Edgerunner series.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna cut it. I can't really threaten to close out the game, so I'm gonna have to hope to pull something useful.
Here it comes.
Right here.
And
it's not the one I was looking for.
Rip. Good news for me.
Okay, nonetheless, we do have Arasaka units for attacking, which means we can draw. But first I want to finish my development. I guess it's a time to play the Swordwise Hustler. This one cannot attack this turn. So this one is at a gazillion power.
Yeah,
V is at
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16. So if I can get it to 20,
okay,
that would be
so
quite
let's
something.
think about this. If I attack your face, I go up to 7. That means, okay, let's do that. Attack face. Can you stop
for
it?
10. I could trade.
She's not a blocker though, right?
Oh, she's not a blocker.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a donut. That's why I didn't attack. I'm looking at
Oh,
your
I
guy
thought you just
thinking,
didn't want to trade back. Like,
no, I'm just a donut. Imagine reading the cards.
so that's why he has one less power.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't do anything.
Okay, so I draw a card from this effect. Can I still eddy after it? I don't think I can, right?
No.
Okay. What does this do?
No! I thought I was being so big brain. Turns out, like usual,
Wait, that was a 10.
just small brain.
All right. So what can we do if I? How many am I at? 8. Yeah, no, that's not gonna cut it. I am gonna. Oh, I hate to do this, but yeah, I'm gonna take the trade.
So my flathead's gonzo.
Yeah, and my dear Goro is vulnerable, but it's your turn.
Does this do anything when you...
It's no power or anything like that. No.
But did you already trigger this?
Yeah, I drew a card.
Good.
And I did have like 21 street cred, so I didn't have to discard.
Okay. I will ready and draw, and I get my... Did you roll the d20 last turn?
No, you started.
I started. Oh my goodness, I did.
A 3.
3. So I'm at 13, 16. Still got 2 legends, which is Victor and Jackie. Consider that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to steal back 2.
Well, more than 2.
Yeah, more than 2. I think I'm going to start by calling it a legend. You happy with this one?
Yeah.
It's Victor! Vector! I look at the top 5, and I can add 2 equipment, 2 gear.
If you find any, you already played 2 Dying Knights.
I found 1. Can I find a second? Bam! No. But I reveal this,
What does this even do?
and the rest get shuffled back.
Oh, you can turn a
random.
unit into a blocker. Nice.
It would have been nice a few turns ago, I think it's fair to say. But it's also, it's +0, it's not much. +0 is not a lot. I think I have to go for the tempo play of floor it on the Atlas. Return a spent unit with cost 4 or less to its owner's hand. Now the question is, where does the Sans Ever stand go?
In this game, the equipment follows the unit.
Yeah, you would say that. You would say that, wouldn't you? That's so convenient. He's been watching that how to play videos, so I'm gonna trust him.
Not gonna argue. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not good news for me, I think. The Sans Ever stand can come straight back down. I'm gonna attack face with V.
Yep. Take your...
I'm gonna attack face with Jackie.
Go for it.
And I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16, 18. So close to stealing 2, to stealing 3.
Yeah. Not quite though.
I guess I kind of messed up a bit. I messed up a bit. Would you allow, sir, a slight rules violation and allow me to sell my mandibular upgrade?
Yeah, if you didn't sell anything yet, go for it.
Yeah, thank you. Which I'm not supposed to be able to do. I'm supposed to do it before I attack. But my opponent is taking pity on me.
Okay, so that you can flip the last one.
I can flip the legend in your turn.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Which will be Jackie.
You ready?
Yep.
Good to go? Okay, I have a pretty...
I flipped Jackie. I don't know if there's a rule on when I have to do it, but I do it.
Monster play. Okay. Now I need to think for a second. First of all, roll the last one. This one actually matters. I'm only at 12 street cred. To activate this one, I want to roll an 8 or higher.
Please be bad, please be bad, please be bad.
A natural 1. The D&D players know this feeling. Okay.
So we're getting close to overtime, right? You went second. You've rolled your last dice. So people might think that naturally, therefore, overtime is going to start with me next turn. But no. Obviously, the player going first usually has a bit of an advantage. So in this game, the player who started the game going second actually has the slight edge in overtime because they're going to be the first player of overtime.
But overtime didn't start yet.
No, it's next turn, right? So it won't be my next turn, but it's going to be Peter's next turn. So the second player one turn after they've rolled their d20 is when overtime starts.
Okay.
And in overtime, as soon as you hit 6 dice, you win.
I'm only at 6 eddies, which hurts me a bit.
Rather than in normal play, you have to start the turn with 6 dice. In overtime, if you ever hit 6, you win.
Yeah. So I can go back up to 8 die again if I am a little greedy.
Interesting, this one's taken us 25 minutes. So
yeah, but this one is actually going pretty close to overtime, and it's very strategic, right?
But that's also, it's good to see, right? I think one concern a lot of people have had about this game when they've seen, myself included, is the sort of natural time limit on the game. But actually, we're going back and forth here for 25 minutes with lots of decisions.
So I am gonna do a very threatening play here. I am gonna spend 5 to push my Goro to 10 power.
No!
As well as play a blocker.
No!
So I am gonna take 3 die from you. Well, first of all, with this guy, I attack your face.
Yep. You can seal 2
both
gigs.
Arasaka, so unfortunately I can't, I'm not gonna make it above 23 cred. So I think this triggers first. Draw 1, discard 1. I mean, I guess I don't need that many of this guy. And
is this like the first time, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's why. I'm going to steal your 2 highest value gigs. That's a 10, that's a 9. And then I'm going to hit you one more time, and I'm going to take the 7. Back to 8, die in my possession, and I end my turn.
Okie doke.
Good luck.
8 die and a blocker.
8 dice. Goddamn, die and dice is hard in English, man.
Yeah. We draw. Okay, I don't think that does much. Jackie Wells is the only thing I have in play which could make a difference. I don't have any die to roll, but again, overtime doesn't start until the next turn. I don't have any blue cards, so Jackie's doing nothing. You want to see my legendary play? How about a bit of T-Bug? Yeah, you think that's all? No, how about another one? He's going wide. Think that's all? How about I turn my T-Bug into a blocker? Wait, sorry. I need to take back my play. This T-Bug's the blocker.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pinpoint perfect, accurate.
So can I win? I think the answer is no. With the blocker, how many dice you got?
8. I just need to not fuck up the sequencing here.
Yeah, and also, interestingly, like even if I was able to get you down to 5, you would be the first turn of overtime, right? Yeah. And all you would need to do is steal 1 of my dice.
2. You need 7 or more in overtime.
You need 7 or more in overtime. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So sorry for the fake news. I was explaining before. Okay, I attack your, not your life points directly, but your gig dice directly.
Yeah, but either way, it doesn't matter which one I block, right? Wait, this is, you're tapped out. This is 4. This guy is at 16. So I might as well block V.
Okay. So I attack again. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 16.
Yeah.
So I steal 2. Haha! Nice.
But what do you do now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 all, mate. We'll call it a draw.
That's not how the game works. Good games,
GG,
man.
you beat me up.
Close games.
Really
though.
fun.
This was sweaty too.
No, really, really good. Obviously, I definitely made a bad error of judgment with the V, but I think even if I took the attack, it left you in a position to make a really favorable trade potentially.
Yeah, because
with like 1 little upgrade or like the Arasaka plus point, right?
Exactly. I just needed a +1 on that car from earlier from that vehicle, or like flipping the other legend to 50-50. That's what I was hoping for initially, and then just take out the favorable trades.
So what's your early impressions? Your first time playing? I've obviously played a little bit. I've got to say these are the tightest games I've had. Yeah. Probably the most I've enjoyed it as well, with how tight it was. Yeah, I really like a lot about the game design, I'll be honest. I'm just like most card gamers, I'm a bit skeptical about the dice RNG. I think most of the street cred mechanics are not that game breaking, though, that it's self-limiting in a way. What I do really like is that the games cannot go super fast, nor can they go super long. Because, right, it takes at least 6 turns until 6 dice are in the game. Or like 3 turns each, but it also has a maximum of like 7 or 8 turns, and at some point someone is gonna win in overtime. So a lot of those I really like. I really like as well. My favorite thing is how that quicker pace ties in with the fact you start with 3 resources means you really get into the action a lot quicker, right? Like, okay, 7 turns doesn't sound like a lot, but actually at this stage in the game, we've got a lot of cards to play with, haven't we?
Yeah. And a lot of nice flavor Cyberpunk related, right? Like build units, implement upgrades, gear, and programs even as spells, having legends as like kind of bosses. I am actually pretty impressed by the game and have high hopes. I know you were a bit skeptical about this at first, but like after these games, well, what's your take now?
Yeah, a lot more. I think also, I mean, in our games, I think we had the player going second won twice. I believe you won this last one, and I think I won one of the first game going second. That was another thing I was a little bit concerned about, is like, how is the game gonna feel like in terms of balance from player going first to second? But felt pretty fair here. Like the 2 resources you start off with tapped feels like a really nice way to balance it, which again is sort of enabled by the fact you start with more resources. I think like one thing I am still a little bit unsure on is the legend system, how you call one in at random. Like that can have quite a big impact, it feels like, when you hit the V off the first one, for example. But maybe that also just comes down to building your deck in a way which, you know, there's like one of the cards in my deck allows you to actually like look at your champion or your legends face down. The Crochet Optics look at a friendly face down legend without revealing it. So there's probably like some synergies and things like that if you're really reliant on a certain strategy. And I'm definitely very curious to see how the deck building feels when you start adding in being able to actually pick your own legends, right? Because obviously these are decks you've been given. So it's a really, really interesting game. I like the feel of it a lot, and it feels quite different as well.
And also keep in mind, everyone, this is still alpha kit cards. A lot of these cards are fairly vanilla. There's probably going to be a lot more cool synergies. I think one last thing I want to add is, with the randomness from Legends and the randomness of dice, it does add a lot of replayability.
Yes.
Even though it can feel like you got scammed off a victory or something, or you just start with a handicap, it makes it much less likely that 2 games are ever going to be the same. And therefore, it just adds variance. And at least for casual players, it might actually be more fun this way.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. I mean, I was even wondering before we played these games if this could be like a competitive best of 5. But I think based off how long our matches lasted, probably best of 3, 50 minutes, something like this, you could get through quite a few rounds at a local game store in an evening, which is quite important, right? A lot of other card games, you go to a local game store night, you maybe play a best of 1, but if you play a best of 3, you maybe get 3 rounds tops. Whereas I think in Cyberpunk you could probably fit quite a lot of matches in, which I think is really exciting, and it would be really fun to just play with your friends as well, right? So
exactly.
I'm pretty impressed. I'm looking forward to playing more. So thanks very much to Weirco and CD Projekt Red for sending us these alpha kits. If you guys want to go and support the Kickstarter, the link will be in the description. I know that you can get yourself a Nova Rare Lucy card, which I certainly want to have in my collection. And you will follow all of the live updates. Special shout out to Kawa for hooking us up with these. True legend. And thanks, Joe. Thank you, mate. Hope to see some more Cyberpunk content from you.
Eventually, we'll get there.
Let's go.
Can't wait for release.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again to Cyberpunk Trading Card Game for sponsoring this video. You can go and check out the Kickstarter below. There's all kinds of awesome things that you get for doing it. They've got like a partnership with Dragon Shield as well, where there's going to be like official Dragon Shield sleeves, which is awesome because Dragon Shield is the sleeves that I tend to go for. There's all kinds of different things that you can get by backing, and because it's been so successful, there's also a lot of like the stretch goals which have already been achieved. There's really nice playmats. There's like actually some really fancy cloth playmats, which honestly, I really want this Judy one in particular. You can get some unique dice, and obviously like one of the big advantages of and deck box as well. One of the big advantages of doing a Kickstarter is that if you want product, you're guaranteed to get your hands on it if you support the Kickstarter. You know, there's a lot of other games, of course, that have real issues with product supply. So if you're interested in Cyberpunk Trading Card Game, you're going to get some. I think supporting the Kickstarter is the best way of doing it. So yeah, big shout out again to Cyberpunk Trading Card Game. Go check out the Kickstarter. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video, and thank you all for watching.